We are here on this auspicious occasion to invoke the grace of Puja Gurudev, the whole Guru Parampara, on Urvi and Abhishek. First of all, hearty congratulations to both of them. They are going to enter the Grahastha ashram very soon. There was one very nice joke I read somewhere. One person asked his friend, "Has opportunity ever knocked your doors?" So he said, "Yes, opportunity has knocked, but I was sleeping. And ever since, opportunity has been sending its daughter to me." So he said, who is his daughter?" So he said, "Misfortune." So the daughter of missed opportunity is misfortune, Misfortune, misfortune. And the daughter of a grabbed opportunity is misfortune. If we grab an opportunity, we make a fortune. If we miss an opportunity, it is misfortune. Human life is a great opportunity. For what? To attain the fortune of peace, of knowledge, of happiness, of love. And when we don't use that opportunity, it is misfortune. When the next human life comes, we don't know. 84 lakh species one goes through, then one gets the first human birth. And so our rishis, they conceived of a very beautiful program for every individual, that how a person can attain this fortune of fulfillment, of peace and happiness. So they conceived of 4 purusharthas. What are the 4 purusharthas? Artha, Kama, Dharma, Moksha. Artha is prosperity, security. Kama is enjoyment and happiness. Dharma is righteousness, duties. And Moksha is ultimate freedom. And for all these 4, what did they tell us? How to attain all these 4? So they divided the whole human life into 100 years and 4 ashrams. First 25 years is Brahmacharya ashram. So we gain the knowledge of dharma and moksha first. In 25 years we study, we gain the knowledge, we learn. Then 25 years we pursue artha and kama. How? When we enter the second stage, which is grahastha ashram. Then the third stage is Vanaprastha ashram, where we slowly learn to withdraw from all these, having seen enough of power, pleasure, prestige, popularity, all that, slowly withdraw. Vanaprastha. And then comes sannyas, where we attain complete fulfillment, contemplate only on the Supreme, realize the truth. So these 4 ashrams are very easy to remember. How? Learn, burn, U-turn, no return. 4 ashrams. First 25 years, learn, gain the knowledge. Second 25 years, burn. What to burn? We ourselves burn first, going through samsar. And in that we burn our vasanas, exhaust. Go through and see life, explore, enjoy, travel, achieve, earn, spend. Exhaust the vasanas. But how should we do that? Artha and Kama both have to be pursued in Grihastha ashram. How? Through dharma. In dharmic ways. And when one has done that, one has seen all that enough, and one knows that there is no permanent happiness, there is temporary pleasure, then slowly one turns. And together one learns to spend more time in dharmic activities and then finally contemplate. So this is the complete plan. Time management, if we have to say, this is life management, and that managing a whole time of life beautifully, 4 ashrams. And interesting is, only in Grihastha ashram there is artha and kama pursuit possible. In other 3 ashrams, artha and kama can't be pursued. So grahastha ashram one gets. Nowadays things have changed. We pursue artha and kama before only. Nowadays so things are very different. People don't want to get into grahastha ashram also. So in one way it is a very good thing that both of them have agreed they are entering into grahastha ashram, because it's a very very important step in life. It's a Vivaha is a samskar. In our Sanatan Dharma, there are 16 samskars. Vivaha is a special samskar. What is the meaning of samskar? Samskar means a impression. And samskar, it will culture and refine the mind. Gurudev always said, man without a culture is like a vulture. And what is that refinement of the mind that has to happen? Physical body, everybody has. Culture is what is the refinement. Again, Gurudev said, the cultured give happiness wherever they go, the uncultured give happiness whenever they go. So, what is that culture? The refinement of the mind with great values. At every step, actually before birth itself, the culturing of the mind starts, the refinement of the mind starts, right from Garbhadhan onwards. So, our culture is a beautiful science of how to train the mind with positivity, with inspiration, with higher values, with noble vision from and before birth onwards. In that, Vivaha is one of the Shodash samskars. Vivaha is a beautiful samskar, Visheshena Vahati. To carry specially is called Vivaha. Carry specially meaning to support each other and walk together is Vivaha. Walk together how? Through dharma. Sitaji's hand when Janak Maharaj gave. When Janak Maharaj gave the hand of Sitaji to Bhagwan Ram, what did he say to her? Iyam Sita Mama Suta. This Sita, my daughter, Sahadharma Charini Tava. She will walk the path of dharma with you. Not ahead of you, not behind you, with you. Gender equality. Nowadays people talk about. It is there in our culture. Nowhere in our culture it is said in Vedic literature that a woman is inferior to a man. Vivaha samskar itself, one beautiful analogy is given. It is like the wheels, two wheels of a chariot. The chariot of life cannot move ahead with only one wheel. Both are required and they both will complete each other, complement each other. And so Vivaha is a beautiful samskar where one gets into the grahasthashram for the main pursuit of dharma, and through that artha, kama, etc. So here, and for the individual it is a very very powerful transformation that happens actually, because suddenly now one has to expand. One has to always think what the other person wants, what the other person's preferences are, how do I live. So I am not thinking only about I. Till now one was thinking about I. Now one has expanded. There is one more person. Then little more expansion. Children will come. So then I, then mind, then society. Two families coming together. So it continues as an expansion in spiritual life also. About ego. One has to think lesser and lesser of I and more about others. And that's why Gurudev used to say very beautifully that you can never get happily married to another without being divorced from yourself. That's the secret of marriage. The more I think about the other, more happier I will be. The more I think, what did I get? How much did I benefit? You didn't do this for me, you didn't do that for me, finished. Conflict will happen, fights will happen. Some PJ I read, where does divorce come before marriage? In the dictionary. But in spiritual life it comes, if you get into marriage, you first have to get divorce. if I don't get divorced from myself, definitely my divorce will happen. In the sense what? Fights will happen. Main reason is the ego comes in. So Grahasthashram is a beautiful opportunity for ego dissolution and to serve, to experience our nature as love and happiness. And this Grahasthashram also, another beautiful thing I read somewhere, that see, your spouse is the only person who loves you for who you are. Because everybody else loves you because of some other relationship. A mother loves you because you are her daughter, a father because you are the son, or sibling because you are the brother, or a friend because you are a friend. Each one loves because of a certain reason, but a spouse loves you as you are, as an individual independent entity. And so this is a beautiful opportunity. One enters the grahastha, shares different aspects of one's life at all levels with one more person, and opens up. And it is also a great opportunity for sharpening for smoothing one's sharp edges. See, in front of the world one may be anything, but in front of the spouse one knows, because everything is known. One can't hide, one can't put up a false mask. One knows very clearly. And so one has to face oneself also through that. Gurudev said a beautiful line in his first line of the pledge. That is the secret of any happy relationship. And what is that? We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. Grahasthashram is that. First line, if we live successful Grahasthashram. We stand as one family. We are together. We may have differences of opinion with each other within the family, but we are one family. Yudhishthir and Dhritarashtra. So Dhritarashtra kept on doing so many things to Yudhishthir, Duryodhan. They tortured them. They did a lot of things. When they were in exile for 13 years, once Duryodhan goes there and he tries to find where they are and he tries to kill them. But in that process he misbehaves with some Gandharvas and they capture him. So they take him away. Duryodhan is captured. Yudhishthir tells Bhim and Arjun, go and release him. They are very angry, saying, why should we? He's done so much injustice to us and he's in fact come to the forest to kill us. Why should we release him? That time what Yudhishthir says? He says, between us, the vision of Duryodhan may be 100 versus 5. But for the world, it has to always be 105. We are one family. Chitraratha is a Gandharva who is an outsider. Maybe internally we may have differences, but an outside person should not take advantage of those. That is one family. Grahastha is a beautiful opportunity to live that way, as one family. And two families are coming together. As they come together itself, there is so much of adjustment that has to be done. One each understands the other and adjusts and learns and lives in harmony. So, in Grahastha, like Gurudev said, we stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. Both are so important. When we love somebody, we also have to respect them. Sometimes it happens we love people, but we don't respect them enough, and so they feel taken for granted. And sometimes we respect people, but we don't have love for them. We respect so many great scientists and achievers and all that. We don't have love for them. But where both these come together, that is a happy relationship. And in a marriage, both these very crucial, love and respect. And the third is trust. How does one earn the trust? So when I love somebody, I put them before me. In the word love, Love, there is no I. I put the person before me. What do they want? Love is identification with the beloved. And how do I gain the respect? When I see the goodness in the other person, when I see their positivity, when I see their intentions, when I see how they are putting in the efforts. So love and respect. And trust, how is it gained? Trust, it is gained by truth and transparency. There has to be truth and transparency. The more one hides, the more that trust and transparency is broken, and very difficult to rebuild trust and transparency. Once a trust is broken, very tough, because then one doesn't know when to trust, how much to trust, all that. So foundation of any great relationship is love, respect and trust. And for that, when we strive, one has to keep these basics in mind, then the grihastha becomes successful. So many challenges and conflicts may arise, difficulties will come, but together when one is there, when love, respect and trust is there, then one will overcome all of these. So for an individual, it is a great opportunity to expand, to evolve, to pursue artha and kama without, in the Gita, Bhagavan says, Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. I am that desire which is not devoid of dharma. So our culture doesn't say don't enjoy, don't attain prosperity, don't, have more and more pleasure, happiness. Do any of that, but based in dharma. So for the individual, it is a great opportunity to grow, to evolve, to see through life in its minuteness, to understand both positive, negative, and through that, suppose I ask you, what is the success of a grihasthi's life? What will you say?
That they're ready to move on from it.
They're ready to
Leave grihasthi behind and
Are wow. The success of grihasthi's life is they're ready to leave grihasthi and move behind, move away, move out of it. Okay, very good. Anything else?
as you said, you have to divorce yourself.
Okay, excellent. Anything else? I'm not asking you some philosophical question, Baba. Your experience it is. Many of you are grihasthis. You have lived and you are living. Understanding each other. Humor. These are secrets of a happy grihasthi life. Understanding each other, humor, no doubt. I'm asking in general the success. How do you say I'm a successful grihasthi?
You have a family.
You have a family. Means chunno munno are there. Mind is at peace, satisfaction. विचार एक समान हो, वाह वाह. कभी समान होंगे, कभी समान नहीं भी होंगे, but समन्वय होना चाहिए. That we are together. We may, respect each other. Okay, agreeing to disagree, peacefully coexist. These are all secrets of living a happy grihasthi life. I am asking the success of grihasthi life.
When you success somebody, when you just like to have the trust to
When?
have somebody else there, no matter what, no matter how horrible you are, or how nice.
No matter how horrible or nice you are, you have somebody with you always, just like you have the Lord with you. Very good. Again, secret of a grihasthi successful life is this. Success of an entire grihastha is what Urvi said actually in the beginning. Is vairagya and bhakti. Having gone through grihastha, did I get vairagya saying that enough, I have seen enough of life? Happiness is in the Lord. And I have bhakti for that Lord. Everything I have seen through in life, as a grihasthi, I have gone through pleasure, I have gone through popularity, people, achievement, success, children, made them grow, everything I have seen. कुछ बचा क्या देखने को? स्वामी ऑस्ट्रेलिया बच गया. अरे that is place, Baba. That's a travel. You want to see this place, you want to go to that place. That you keep doing. But as a grihasthi, have I seen through life? Have I enjoyed, participated, explored? Two people can explore together, no? So much is there to explore in life. Grihastha is meant for that. Swamiji, I like solo trip. Now is the time for both solo trip also and adventure. Backpack, two people go, explore life happily. When one has done all this, one is able to develop bhakti, develop dharmanishtha, develop vairagya, turn within. That is success of a grihasthi's life. Spiritual foundation is laid very strongly in grihasthi's life. This is I am talking as an individual. A grihasthi also has obligations. We have 5 debts as a grihasthi. And grihasthi is one who fulfills those 5 as a part of their kartavya. We have debt towards first Devata, Devran. We have debt towards the Lord, towards the Devatas, the phenomenal forces. So daily when we do some rituals, earlier times they used to do Agnihotra, many people are doing even today. It doesn't take more than 5-7 minutes. A simple ritual. Whatever way you connect to the divine, if two of them, husband and wife, they connect to the divine on a daily basis, their mind will be more at peace. They are tuned to the Lord. Children, etc., get the right samskars. And one has built that bond. You know, Gurudev always said that when our love for Bhagavan is not there, when the devotion is not there, then love for each other becomes sentimentalism, where we'll get attached, we'll get possessive. But when we are connected to the Lord, we love each other, but we know that my security, my anchoring is in the Supreme Lord, and Bhagavan is there with me, and Bhagavan has given me a partner to walk with them to reach that goal. Each one has their own way to walk, each one has their own way to live, their own temperament, so I give the space. Grahastha life is a beautiful opportunity to learn love and detachment, both. And so when we walk that way together, Devran, then Pitruran, Rishiran, sorry. Rishiran is the Rishi to all, the Rin to all the great Rishis who have given us this beautiful culture, passed it on generation after generation. So many cultures have perished. They are only in museums. Greek culture, Roman culture, Egyptian culture, Mesopotamian culture, Mayan culture, so many cultures. They are only in museums. Sanatana Dharma is there even now. How? Because generation after generation, people have fought for it, protected it, preserved it, lived it, passed it on. So we are inheritors of one of the greatest cultures in the world. No culture has survived more than 10,000 years of time. Many other cultures have flourished later. This culture has been there from more than 10,000 years actually. Saraswati civilization is minimum 10,000 BCE. This has survived even after that. And so many invasions, 1,000 years of attacks and invasions, and still we are living this culture. So we have a Rishiran. Then we have Pitruran, all our ancestors, families. You know, for one person to exist, how many generations have to be there? So when we celebrate Pitru Paksh, thousands of them are there behind us. You just trace, even if you make a family tree, how many of us know 4 generations of people in our family? Tell me. The names of all the 4 generations one should know. Parents, grandparents, great grandparents, great great grandparents. 4 generations at least we should know. There are so many before them, but at least 4 one should know. One does the Shraddha karma, etc. Without the Grahasthashram samskar, one can't do Shraddha karma. So Shraddha is to be done for the ancestors. We pay our gratitude, respects to them for the culture they have passed on. Then we have Manushyaran, the debt to all the human beings. So many friends, relationships, families, all of them. And we have debt towards nature. So all the small living beings also, ants and crow and the dog and the goat, and so many of them, to the environment itself. So as a grihasthi, every single day I can do, these are called Panchamaha and every single day I can remember the Lord, I can remember my ancestors, I can remember the rishis, take care of people around me, the beings around me. It's such a beautiful way to live in a selfless way. And Grihasthashram as a family also becomes very important, because when one enters the Grihasthashram only supports the other three ashrams of life, Brahmacharya and Vanaprastha and Sannyas. Here beautifully it is said that Yatha mataram ashritya sarve jivanti jantavaha tatha grihashramam prapya sarve jivanti chashramaha. How on the mother all the various beings they depend, same way grihasthashram is that on which all the other ashrams depend. So it's a proper samskar which makes two people not only come together, but two people eligible to walk the Vedic path, the path of dharma. Bhagwan Ram also, when he had to do Ashwamedha Yajna, he had sent Sitaji away. But he can't do the Yajna by himself alone. What he has to do? He had to make the Murti of Sitaji and she has to be there. Then only the ritual can happen. So Grihasthashram gives that eligibility also for a person to do Vedic rituals and get the punya from that. Vivaha is a samskar, when it is done, then one enters Grihastha. And so beautiful things they are. Grihavaso sukhartho hi patni moolam cha tat sukham. See, these are nice things we have to understand. In Grihasthashram, who is most important? People ask now. One is okay, gender equality we spoke about, but our culture actually says women are the most important. See that. Grihavaso sukhartho hi patni moolam cha tat sukham. गृहिणी होने से ही गृह की ग्रह संज्ञा है. A graha is called graha, house, only when there is a grihini. Na graham grihinim ityahuhu grihini graham uchyate. Grahasthastu savigneyo grihe yasya pativrata. So there is a pativrata stri and there is a purusha. Swamiji, why only women have to do this pativrata? Too much this is. That is because we have not studied our scripture. Our scripture beautifully says the man has to be ekapatni vrat. He also has to follow. Fidelity is a very important aspect. Today people are taking all that for granted. Commitment to one. No looking left and right. Mind has to be like that. Grihasthashram is meant for that too. Otherwise the mind is it just is dissipated. No? For enjoyment it will do anything. Focus on one. Commitment to one. So this is beautiful aspect of Grihasthashram. And when somebody does, see, for individuals I spoke, even for the parents, when Vivaha samskar is done, the greatest daan that a parent does is what? Kanyadan. Pitrus get liberated because of Kanyadan. And don't think that Kanyadan means a woman is objectified and all that. That is all today's stupidity. By giving, da literally means to give. You are giving your daughter to somebody, their family. And that is called dan. Dan doesn't mean whatever is given is an object. We do prem dan. Prem is an object. We do samay dan. Samay is an object. We do Jnana Dan. Jnana is an object. It is not. Kanya Dan means with great love and happiness and so much of affection the daughter is brought up. Is it easy to just send her to another house? Very difficult. All have to go through that. Parents, the daughter, that family which is receiving. Everybody has to go through so much of adjustment, so much of mindset change. Today people are saying, you don't leave, I will not leave my house, you should not leave your house, both of us together we will leave and go and live separately. Why should only one person go? All that people think today. Practical reasons people may have to stay separately, that's a different point. But actually, it is not that one only daughter leaves the house and goes to that is because there's a matrilineal lineage or patrilineal lineage. There are both in our country. Some places the women go, some places the men go. It's not that only one. It depends on whichever culture one is following. No, Swamiji, we follow the third culture, which is leave both the houses and go and stay separately. One deprives oneself now of so many things because of that. No, one wants independence and all that. The foundation only has to be that I am ready to adjust. Then that marriage will be successful or not. See, I'm not saying don't go and stay separately. That I'm saying the principle. What is the principle in the Vedant, in the Vedas? That people come together, live, and in that they live in harmony. That is a Yajna Bhavana. And in that they find their adjustments. They learn to tune up with each other. And so beautifully here it is said, Kanya Dhan when it is done. And what I said, no, that opportunity. When you grab an opportunity, what do you get? Miss fortune. Fortune comes. So Vivaha when it is done, the bride is the Lakshmi and the groom is Vishnu. How Lakshmi is united to Vishnu, what punya one gets when Lakshmi is united to Vishnu, that punya one gets when one does the Kanyadan. And one is sending the daughter, the lineage of that person's family that also will be carried forward. All this has a lot of punya karma. And that's why the samskar is very important. And I'm very happy that Vibhaji insists on doing the samskars nicely, properly, with the Vedic vidhi, with the rituals, and not hurrying it up. Today, a lot of people do, Jaldi karo Panditji, bhagao, bhagao. Very weird that is. The main samskar is invoking the devatas, Agni is there, chant the mantras, do the vows, do the kanyadan, do the saptapadi. All that when it is done, there is such a strong impression on the mind. Plus divine grace is invoked, and that success of the marriage is not only done, the wish is not only by the individuals, by the families, but by all of them, by the devatas, by the Vedic mantras. Very powerful. Everything else has to be secondary actually. Today that main ritual sometimes becomes very secondary, and everything else, sangeet and fashion and what clothes and what type of a lehenga and this and that, it goes on with that. How much time one even goes through, I had met both of them before, and she has gone through the Vivaha samskar, the process and what will happen and what are the mantras and all that. That is important. Because one knows, okay, now this is what it means, this is what I am going to do. One does it with awareness, focus, and then get into it. So beautifully the whole thing will happen. Whether people believe it or not, Devatas Avahanam, when it is done, it has a different impact on the mind. I don't know how much if science will progress and it will create those kind of equipments to show what kind of impact it has had, vibration and this and that. Oh, jab hoga tab hoga. But otherwise, we have Shraddha, that Vedic mantras. See, Vedic mantras are so powerful that when you chant the mantra, Devata has to come, whether Devata likes it or not. Even if an Asura chants, the Devata comes. Bhagwan comes or not. Asura stand and do tapasya, then Bhagwan knows he is an Asura, but he is doing the mantra, so Bhagwan has to come. So when Vedic mantras are chanted, the ahutis are given, it's a very powerful ritual. Don't dismiss it as, oh, ye to ritualistic hai. We will do court marriage. No, ritual is an important aspect. That's why it is a samskar. And so beautifully made this Grahastha ashram happen. On that day, you have the honor of being Vishnu and Lakshmi. You continue that way. The bride's family worships the groom as the Vishnu, and the groom's family welcomes the bride as the Lakshmi. Graha Lakshmi she is called. And Graha becomes Graha only after she goes in. Otherwise there is no Graha. That's the status that they have in our culture. So may both the families, may both Urvi and Abhishek have a very successful, happy married life. They evolve together, come to discover peace and fulfillment, and make this life fulfilled and grab this opportunity. Their names also are beautiful. Urvi means earth. So, earth is very accommodative, forgiving, loving, support of everything. And Abhishek means to shower. So, the shower of love, happiness, knowledge on Urvi and support of Urvi for Abhishek. May both of them live together, supporting each other, loving each other, evolve happily, make many, many more people happy, and spread joy and happiness in the world. So I invoke God's grace and Gurudev's blessings on both of them, both of their families. Congratulate Kishorji, Vibhaji, parents of Abhishek also, and may all families have harmony and happiness. Hari Om.